First of all, I better check the Monokuma file to see what exactly is going on. Victim was Chihiro Fujisaki. Time of death, estimated to be around 2 a.m. Body discovered in the girls' locker room on the second floor of the school. Cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. Well, it's not like there's any point in complaining about it. No matter what, I gotta do what I gotta do. Cody, did you have a second? Did you need something from me?
Naturally.
Of course. Life without purpose is quite dull, you know? So what did you need? I'm going to let you cooperate with me during my investigation.
What?
I'm purchasing your talent, the same talent which allowed you to solve Sayaka's case. Solve? No, You seem to have some limited use, which is why I've chosen you. You have the honor of contributing to my investigation. So you're inviting me to come with you. You're doing it in the most arrogant way possible, though.
Let's go.
Now then, shall we get started? But we need to get moving. There's no time to be standing around. I don't really know what just happened, but it looks like I'll be working with MIYAKE on this one. Alright, so he essentially wants my help, but he just said it in the most arrogant way possible. Darn pompous fool. Alright, investigation mode. Let's get it moving. There's a fresh blood stain on the carpet. It must have been splattered during the murder. But this was the murder weapon. The dumbbell. There's a dumbbell on the floor and blood stain. That's a blood stain on a dumbbell. The Monokuma file said a blow to the head. A blunt object is what killed her. Does that mean this dumbbell was actually the murder weapon? Don't imagine it could have been anything else. Well, found the murder weapon. But now we would just need the proof as to who Genocide Jack would be. That's the next bizarre thing. I have my own body. It's a dead body. Chihiro's dead body.
Strange.
The more I look, the more strange it all seems. This must be Genocide Jack's handiwork, but we're still not sure he did it. That's what you want to say. I wonder about that. You have time to talk. You have time to start investigating. I use this locker room all the time. Now it's become the site of Chihiro's death. But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else than carried here. She was very light, that is true, but it wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her, but still. I still think she came here on her own, by choice. Makes you say that. She's been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger. And that's what kind of scared me too. I thought she was like, she wants to get stronger. Characters like that who get resolved in murder mysteries end up dead. She's been talking a lot about she wanted to get stronger. So you're saying she came here to exercise. So according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Would she really have been exercising that late? Hina or myself are usually in the locker room during the day. So she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it. Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. So I can only assume she was trying to avoid us. And instead she came to exercise in the middle of the night. Perhaps, but it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. So you're saying that she could have come here in the middle of the night to train in secret, but that she also would have come with someone else. It's a possibility, I think. Dude had a real complex about being weak. You heard Chihiro talk about it, right? All I need is get stronger. Yeah, I do remember she said more than once. Sure did, which I guess explains the trip down here. But does she really need to get stronger that badly? We already mentioned it, but she was a girl after all. Most girls aren't all that strong. I don't know, man. I haven't really thought about that stuff. Because of Chihiro's complex. I can't help but wonder what it might be. Now I believe it's about time for us to move on. Already? New clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of the case. That's true, but if you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed. He's so pushy, I got caught with the wrong person this time. So this is our next location. If you're related to investigation, figure it out yourself. It's no fun if you don't, right? You really spend plenty of time checking the crime scene. remember correctly, the card reader is meant to work with our handbooks, right?
What?
Do you have an issue with it? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma. He said that, then quickly and sharply clapped his hands together.
Did you call for me?
You called for me? Has he been domesticated? It seems that Makoto has a question for you.
You need some?
Sure, what's up? Well, it's just about this card reader. Well, the card reader has all been designed to interface with each of your e-handbooks. Only enter with the locker room corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook. And it's impossible for two people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct?
Unbelievable.
If there was some sort of erotic terrorist on the prowl, the ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter. And the school regulations prohibit anyone from lending it someone else their e-handbook.
Of course.
Correctly correct. So then, that means only girls go into the locker room, and only boys go in the boys' locker room. In other words, Chihiro's body being found in the girls' locker room means I can see right through you. See right through me? Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since Chihiro was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in there.
So, in other words,
The killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right?
such
Good
ignorance.
Lord, you're simple. But am I wrong? You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been found in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning the e-handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. I'll expect nothing less from the prodigal son. You know what? I said that there was going to be a loophole. Probably not the exact loophole, but there was going to be a loophole with loaning. Noble Togami family. So you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations. Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things. You're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore, they're things. Get it? Got it? Good. Wait, hold on. You're saying that's a loophole, but in order to borrow stuff from someone, then that means someone would have to loan it, so sleepy. Just listening to you makes me want to pass out. Be more like MIYAKE. Get your poop together.
Unbelievable.
Or else I'll charge you with criminal negligence. No more questions. Figure out the rest on your own darn self.
That's fine.
I know you're unfortunately lacking in mental faculties, so I'll fill you in myself. Let's head to the main hall. I'll help you understand what's going on. Okay. We came to the main hall. What are you looking for here? Does that mean I have to figure it out myself? Oh, the mailbox and entry seems like a done machine. There's a mailbox here. Maybe something inside? It's an e-handbook. No, wait, there's 3 of them. What are they doing here? So you finally found them, huh? Did you know these were here, Byakuya? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the e-handbooks of dead students get delivered to the mailbox. So the e-handbooks of the dead are still active, so they use either Sayaka's or Junko's. Don't tell me I picked up Sayaka. I picked up Sayaka's. You don't gotta do this to me like this, game. Now do you understand? That is the key to the loophole I revealed earlier. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. Pay closer attention to the regulations. Now I understand.
What?
Hold on a second.
Very
What's wrong?
strange.
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Whose is it? But these aren't breakable. Other handbooks show Junko's name when I started it up. And the one that won't turn on must be Leon's.
See.
It would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens of baseballs. Pummeled with baseballs. The memory of it came flooding back. A cruel punishment which led to Leon's death. The execution that the mastermind concocted. Cruel, heartless death. You're right. Wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault.
Damn it.
Hey, I'm gonna say, but aren't these indestructible? Aren't these like Nokia phones? Hey, what? The e-handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily, but it did. If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break. It can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure, and it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with, it wouldn't do crap. But even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point. It does.
Hear you.
But it's a secret. I wouldn't want you going breaking any more handbooks. So Leon must have broke it somehow without realizing what its weakness was, right? Hard to say. You know what I think? I think his e-handbook isn't actually broken. But you might ask, how could that be? Leaving the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. What just happened? Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it's not turning on. I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now. Think so? Either way, something about it still bothers me. Okay, then this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit. We need to find out who killed Chihiro. To be exact, not quite. Not quite? What do you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite. Certainly I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. And you truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Absolutely. I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case. That murderous fiend is Genocide Jack, right? There's no one else who could do it. Who could be? Murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method? They're like a ghost attacking suddenly, then slipping away from the police before the police can catch them. And what nickname did the internet give this? Genocide Jack. They say he's killed thousands of people, but it's gotta be an urban legend. So you feel like that? You're not wrong to wonder, but words mean little right now. I have something that'll prove and I can show you. Then show me!
Don't make me repeat myself.
I have a basis to believe that. I assure you, Genocide Jack is one of us. Is there really proof? There's something I'd like to take here. This will provide all the evidence you
All
need.
clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Jack was the one that killed Chihiro. Evidence? Does something like that really? Ah, hey you two. Big trouble, need your help.
I don't have time to
We're
play
busy,
with
leave us alone. But it's an emergency. Emergency! Come on, please, you gotta help me. What is it? What is it? What is it? This is a serious emergency. Please, please, you gotta help me. Just calm down, okay, Hina? But, emergency! What happened? Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. She was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do, Byakuya?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit I'm intrigued. I suppose we can take a second to see what's going on with her. Are you
Don't
sure?
make me repeat myself.
I didn't expect that. I thought for sure he'd just say no and that'd be the end of it. Okay. Come on, let's hurry. Wait for us, Hina. We just headed back to the dorms, to Toko's room, most likely. You're right. Let us go.
Such
You're talking to the wrong person. You're a waste of space. Okay, Jesus. Toko inside? Some kind of emergency? What am I looking for? I don't get it. I have to find Hina? Oh, I had to walk backwards a little bit. You guys are too slow. I think you're just too fast. What's this emergency? After what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, see how she was doing, but when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out and kept saying all this weird stuff. Weird
That's
stuff.
fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah. Let's do it! I may as well give it a shot. Door swung open slowly and silently. Holy crap. An aura of negativity flowed out from behind his door, forcing a gasp out of me.
Oh, nothing. It's just that Hina was really worried about you, pulling yourself up in your room.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But could you open up just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Huh?
Won't let Genocide Jack have control.
Control? Wait. Have control? What? Just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that? She said let Genocide Jack have control. Oh my god. No. Is that why she's been acting weird this entire time? I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend.
Um,
Doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door. But it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. Couldn't even budge it. Toko was scared enough to even bar her door. Does she think the same as Byakuya? Does she think the serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko's so scared? Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Is there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Persuasion? Wait! Yeah, cause she likes cause she loves Byakuya. Yeah, so
That's fine.
you gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Well, I guess you can be nice when you want to. Stood in front of her door now. Let me go press the doorbell. A few moments.
what do you want?
Leave me alone. You're all so annoying. Bacula.
It's Byakuya.
I'm sorry. I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry. Never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. Oh no. Hold on. Hey Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise? Oh, Oh, I have no idea. Another one of delusions, I'm sure.
Stop talking.
If I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. While waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. Byakuya! I hurried to catch up. Tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking, talking about his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library? Come on, let's go in. Dude, she's talking about she won't let Genocide Jack have control. So she's two people in one body. Holy cow. So, like the usual bit of the evidence that led us this far, we know who the killer is. Is the evidence that proves it was Genocide Jack really in the library? Don't make me say it again. No clues here, we need to check elsewhere. No clues here, I need to check elsewhere. Archive! Right? If I remember correctly, on the other side of this door, the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Oh,
Let's
here.
go.
Well, it makes sense once you're inside. Whoa, there's so many books and files. And so much dust,
In
too.
other words,
I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. So many files stuffed onto the shelf. What's all these
that's
things?
enough.
These documents are dangerous. They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truths for a commoner. You mean like members of the Diet or something? No, I mean the ones with real power. The secret council, controlling everything from the shadows. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There's some very interesting people in there. You're just kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let it go for now. They reveal the ones with real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows. They detail all the people who control the world from the behind the scene. Dangerous truths for a commoner. Are you going to look? For now, I think I'd rather not. If you pay attention to your surroundings, you're sure to discover value for yourself. Alright, so what's this? Shelf is stuffed with type files. Why were we thinking about it? I picked one at random. You have a sharp eye indeed to select that file.
That's right.
That's a report of on a presidential assassin. The original is kept in the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it. I'll make a sound, maybe return the file to the shelf. Jesus. I don't want to end up in nobody's crosshairs right now. It's an empty wooden box. It's empty. Although judging by the smudges and the dust, it looks like there's something was inside. I wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was in the library. Extension cord, huh? It's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw MIYAKE using in the library before.
What?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it into good use. I mean, I had no problem with it. Even a surveillance camera here. Ton of thick files, bookshelf. If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos of all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. Be careful. What do you mean? All those files, there are investigation reports related to a different cold case. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. Oh. So, are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in the library is because of this room right here.
Interesting.
It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be real,
Such
right?
ignorance.
That's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label as a lie. Well, it's not that. It's just... It's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but... I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together? I suppose this goes to show just how much power Hope's Peak truly wields, or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use. I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? Still can't believe it? What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like this are usually impossible. What do you mean, usually? Usual? Normal? Ordinary? Simple? Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there's no doubt. Hold on a second. You're saying you've read all these documents more than once? Well, all this has to be like top secret confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, not as dusty. Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible?
So in other words,
I already told you that there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council, and I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me, which is why I proclaim without a doubt that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. MIYAKE is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. What always interested me were the old cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports have always been a hobby of mine ever since I was little. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. It's among all those reports. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case. As we talk, MIYAKE grabbed a specific file from the shelf. This is a complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases have been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that at every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. And second, that the victims were murdered and their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written in blood and victims' bodies suspended. Exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro. Save your surprise, the best part is yet to come. For the second characteristics, where the victims are suspended, the only ones who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse, oh, stop showing me! Her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. How could the killer have known about suspending the victim if you weren't Genocide Jack yourself?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
So in other
The
words,
culprit isn't a copycat killer, it's the real Genocide Jack.
in other words,
That's right. That's right. That right there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. And Genocide Jack really is such a brutal, fiendish killer is walking around among us.
interesting.
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now don't you think about it? Now don't you think it would be good for you to take a look around at what I've already seen? You just managed to ferret out a clue or two. You might just managed to ferret out a clue or two. If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. Could you let me see
That's
it?
fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here. But you can't take it with you. MIYAKE handed me the file and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly my hand stopped. I had reached the page where photos of the scene of each crime had been collected. Yep, the exact way. Names of Genocide Jack's victims ran on several pages. Ken Harada, 32. Tetsuhiro Honda, 17. Soji Gaku, 23. Kano Issei, 14. Takashi Yoshida, 30. Komatsuna Taro, Takefumi Gono, Uchida Naohisa, Takashi Masamune, Yuto Yumejima. There was no end to it. But one thing became pretty clear as I read. All of the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way. And at the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was written in the victim's own blood, in that exact way too. Now take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. Next page. Profiling results. All of the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays every... Wait, what? Oh, during holidays either day or night. The most common time for killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely that there was any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may be potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder. Dude. It was Toko, but not her. It was, so Genocide Jack is just another identity. And we have Genocide Jack right in our grasp. So this is it.
So in
Well, this
other
isn't going to be like the cherry on the cake, but we got it. It was Toko. Because Toko mentioned something about not letting Genocide Jack take control. Split personality, like the kind of thing you see on TV. So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. This one is way more unbelievable than anything else until now. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb.
Let's go.
Let's get going soon. Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we? Wait, Byakuya. Yeah, no, but if you count on to the fact that when she woke up, like she fainted, and then that whole thing about the stutters being gone, and that whole entire thing that was happening with her, that was a split personality. That was Genocide Jack on Toko. Oh, wow, this is just nuts. Honestly, I didn't think we'd be cracking the Genocide Jack case so soon. I thought like they were gonna save Genocide Jack for like a whole other chapter, honestly. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Just all of a sudden like that? Come on, enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the whole time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own. Just like that, he was gone. As quickly he asked me to join him, he cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just going to play some plaything, getting tossed around. At the same time, I'd uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Genocide Jack's the one that killed Chihiro, and that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find that out no matter what it takes. And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go to investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. Check the boys' locker room too. I might have come up with some info useful while I'm at it. Need to find everything I can. Okay, so we gotta head back to the second floor. At the very least. And then I'll talk to everyone else. Yamada. Ding ding ding. Here has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit.
I feel as if
Another stat increase for me. Evidence, what'd you find? Can't reveal that just yet. But I guarantee that what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs. Are you sure about that? Oh yes. Miss Ludenberg said she'd witnessed something worthwhile too. Really, what did she see? She refused to tell me. It's like when a girl blows the boy she likes, right? Right? Okay, so where is Celeste now? Warehouse by the dorm. She was there, but at the same time she was not there. What's it gonna be? Let me head into the boys' locker room real quick, see what's going on in there. This poster. Popular boy band called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite seem to fit in the boys' locker room though. Yeah, it doesn't. What's this? Strange stain on the carpet. What is it? Yeah, that's a stain I don't think should really be there. Next room, which is the pool itself. Maybe there's some kind of clue in the lockers. Guess not. There's a coin. Yeah, there's nothing here. This will end up likely being another jump cut. So just that one area in particular. And it just takes me to that right side over there. Nothing there either. Alright, so nothing's really going on here. I got what I needed from here. I'll check with Celeste in a minute. Just reinvestigate this scene real quick. Bloodstained poster. Blood is the most noteworthy part, but big-breasted swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. Girls' locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd find something like this. But wait, that reminds me, the poster in the other locker room is... That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band. In the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. Could the posters have been switched? But if they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker rooms. Hey Kyoko, have you made any progress in your investigation? Generally speaking.
However,
But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? What is it?
well,
Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder.
so then,
Before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time thoroughly. Although her handbook is missing, you might want to determine its
Goodbye.
whereabouts. That's it. Be praying for your success. Chihiro's handbook is missing? It's definitely worth worrying about. So I should examine the body one more time. She said thoroughly, but I do have my limits. I'm gonna give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Hands are bound with what looked to be some kind of rope. The rope was used to prop her up in a kind of crucifix position. Huh? Rope has a plug? Wait, so then this isn't a rope at all. But the more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was a blow to the head, which means someone struck her over the head in order to kill her. That's right. That's the issue of her being suspended. That's right. There's the issue of her being suspended and the fatal blow. At first I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. But seeing them again after looking through Genocide Jack file, something's not quite right. What does this all mean? Well, the one thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. To figure out, there's a certain place I need to revisit to look over again. Plus, it might help to look at the Genocide Jack case file one more time. I have to probably go back to the library again. Spend a lot of time exercising the girls' locker room. Right, talk around. Using it every day since it opened up, sometimes he and I use it together. Let me ask you something. Do you think the posters in the boy and girls' locker room could have been switched?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can't really say. I never really paid any attention to the posters.
However,
But there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. You have protein coffee? In the warehouse, it's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day, I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room and it left a stain. A stain? But I don't see any stain on the carpet now.
of course.
Exactly, I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. Wait a minute. That's what that brown stain was in the boys' locker room. I only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, isn't it unusually clean? As if there was never a stain here to begin with. That's because it's in the boys' locker room. Yo, mom, yo. Look over being weak. Hold up. Is the stain really disappearing? Or did things just get flipped? Oh, we're not gonna acknowledge that? Alright, well, Celeste says she found something. She's in the warehouse on the floor. Let me go see if I can find her real quick. Is that room I can investigate? Alright, the archive and the library. Let me check these places out first. Actually, let me just go make sure to check on Celeste first. Then I'll come right back here. Celeste, what are you doing here? Warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. Food, the clothes, the towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. Have you found anything related to the
most
case?
unfortunate.
I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but I see it was pointless. Find something? Very well, I'll tell you. And only
Actually,
last night I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse.
Indeed.
Really? This was before nighttime.
What are you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Left her jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it.
Yes,
she was gone.
indeed.
She was merely stalking up to go exercise in the morning, but it appears she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule, none of this would have ever happened. Because you deserve, I suppose. Oh well. She went to the girls' locker room at night to exercise without anyone knowing. Strange thing is, there was no trace of the jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she was carrying. Which would mean the killer could have gotten rid of it somehow. Okay. So I got Celeste's account now. So let me head back to the second floor. Check out the archive in the library, because that's where the extension cord would have had to have come from. Okay, archive. So I'm probably gonna go find MIYAKE, yeah. And of course, now you know where to be found, huh, MIYAKE? Hina's always in the dining hall.
Yeah. Huh? Well... Yeah, totally. Ah!
So Aoi has another account in this, though. Oh, God.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's the moment you've all been... You remember where to meet. Please go through.
Ah, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Am I for sure I'm ready, though? I'm not sure I'm ready. I'm not even for sure if I'm truly ready for this or not, but here we go.